Quick sound check. Quick sound check, Jay. How are you? How are you?
Sounds good. It sounds like your audio is doubling on my side, but sounds good over here. How you doing, man?
Good, good, man. Yeah, I know why my audio is doubling. I'll fix that right now. Should be good.
Yeah, it should be better now. Should be better.
Monday,
How are we doing?
Monday. I mean, it's Tuesday night or Monday night, which is Tuesday's price action. Had a great trading day, to be honest, from the process standpoint. Of course, the dollar amounts could match. Probably one of my better days. Obviously, it's the trader math. If you scale up, you'd make more money. But the overall process was absolutely great. Last night, I had a great trade in the NASDAQ. Had a nice little short. This New York session, it was one trade in the gold. And we all seen how that played out. And it was just amazing. Just a runner long and two trades. One last night, one today during fast markets, and then let's see where we are at tonight. How about yourself?
It started off as a good day, gave back some profits after fast markets, turned it into a losing day. But good day overall. A good day to get back into the markets. Got a full week, so there's a ton of opportunity. I'm in a trade right now. I'm long the Japanese yen, long 3 contracts, risking about $300. But ready to continue trading. We got a long week ahead.
Yeah, long week ahead. Let's see. Let me do this. Let me go ahead and do the top step risk disclosure. So as always in the YouTube chat, if you take a look, there's our top step risk disclosure. We know this is not financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, not a signals class. And that's why I post it every single night. So that being said, let's go through the regular markets. It is Tuesday night. We had kind of, it was a pullback day, a red day. Overall, so 2 red days officially in a row. Not a huge pullback. I mean, from the high to where we're at, we went down about 1.5%. I'd still like a bigger pullback, Jay, on a daily aspect. Like some of these pullbacks are closer to 3%, and so I would like to see a 3% plus sell-off for me to get excited about buying this dip. More aggressively, I guess I would say. Now, it's a decent pullback on the daily. Can we see some more consolidation? Sure. This was a level of resistance. Can it become a level of support? Possibly. If I zoom in on the hourly chart, we are kind of at the same level we've been out for a while, 22,900. It looks like during the New York session, we did break down. We did get to that 22,800, so there was a buy the dip opportunity for sure. So look, nice resistance there at that level back at the end of June, beginning of July. So same thing happened again, and then it was a nice support level here at 22,900, and then it looks like we broke down below it, and now it's acting as resistance. I think the question is, we're right there right now, right here, right now, right at 22,000, the upper 800s. We're pushing session highs tonight, 880s. The question is, can we get it back above this? And do we come back up and test 23,000 again? Or does this act as resistance and then we make a move lower and we start consolidating down here into these 800s? Thoughts on that, Jay? Switch it to your charts.
Healthy pullback in. Yeah, you
No,
should be able to hear me. Healthy
you're good.
pullback in the NASDAQ, I think, is necessary. I think that's what we got over the past 2 days. This looks very similar to a crude oil chart. When we take a look at crude, this looks like it's ready to go. I think this pullback to 22,800s. We did make a new lower low on the daily. I can see this market running right back up to 23,000s. We are on a shorter time frame. If we look at a 30-minute chart, we got this white line here, this 200 moving average. We are back above it now, seeing some volume trade above it as well. I'm looking for opportunities to buy the dip in this market. We did have some pretty nice selling. I know tariffs are kind of back on the table. I think today and this week is all about the T word again.
Okay.
So we will see. I don't really see an opportunity to buy right here. Maybe a little bit earlier in the session, but I'm looking for opportunities to buy the dip until the market gives me a reason not to.
Yeah, I see. Question tonight. It's not referencing tonight. Tonight, definitely buy the dip. Why exactly are we trying to buy the dip? Well, because this market is in a very strong bullish trend, and buy the dip has been the trend is your friend, right? It's been the the thing to do. We sold off down to 22,800s. Now, obviously, it's not just close your eyes and buy it. You need to buy it with reason, with being able to manage risk. It looks like we are continuing to push to session highs here in the NASDAQ. And yeah, I mean, this is the decision zone. You could say this is a no trade zone. Maybe you're looking to get in longs. You're looking for a breakout back up into the range where we opened up Sunday night, or you're going to look for a short, maybe a push back down towards, I don't know, 800s even, if you're bearish. So not too much going on the hourly chart. Let me zoom into a 5-minute chart. I've been doing a slow markets trade each night, Jay, and it's been doing pretty well with the lack of headline risk starting to slow down in this slower volatility. These higher time frames like the hourly and execute on the 5-minute and the technical analysis on the higher time frames has been a lot more consistent for me, where I'd put on a few micros and let it run overnight or have a longer perspective. They've been working really well. I think I don't know, 3 for 5, maybe I don't even know, but it's been doing me well. I'm sizing down, just having wider stops, going back to my original slow markets process, which is higher time frames, set it, forget it, place it, close the charts off, and then go to bed. And I don't have to really worry too much about, a Trump tweet out of nowhere blowing the market up and down 100 points. I mean, it still could happen, right? That's why we have a stop loss, but it's a lot more consistent. Like we say, we want volatility as traders. And then when we get volatility, we complain about it. But then sometimes we want less volatility. And then when we get that, we complain about it. For me, it's more about consistency. Whether it's very volatile or not so volatile, I want consistency. I could adjust. I can jump up in time frames and adjust as long as we can get some consistency.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. I got distracted for a second.
Go ahead.
I think I might need to close the chat. All right. But yeah, slow markets trade of the night. I've been following you on X. You had some pretty good ones recently. Are you seeing your slow markets trade of the night being a short in the NASDAQ?
Actually, no, nothing yet. Like I said, this is the decision zone on the 5-minute chart. We're actually testing this 890s. So you can see there's nice resistance there at 890s, not once, not twice, thrice, 3 times, whatever. Maybe we get a nice breakout and test 900, but that's not a play I want to get in long for a bigger move higher. I mean, sure, we could get to 23,000. That's the more I look at it, the more I'm tempted on this to get in and go for a play of 23,000. But then when I'm thinking of, slow markets trade, where's the risk, right? I would need decent risk if I'm going to get in at, say, where we're at. My risk.
You're risking at least
80 points.
At least 80 points, right?
Yeah, 80 points. And then my take profit, 2,300. So, I mean, I could justify it, but that's one heck of a move overnight. And we really have not been seeing those big moves. Oh, I mean, well, it's the risk reward's getting worse, right? This market just popped.
It just keeps
into
going.
Those 90s. So it's buy the dip mode. We're continuing to see NASDAQ push high. There's the breakout right there. We're already at 900 almost. We basically hit it. So there's that, chat. If you're in long, you are very happy. That's 10 points since I said that.
There's 900s.
Talk about FOMO, man. Talk about FOMO. Well, I mean, that was it. Anyway, move on. Let's just move on. That's came and gone. Gold has been a pretty nice market for me, Jay, where I have been hitting some bangers. We had that one short last Wednesday. I think I was on with you when we was looking for that short, and that played out
great trade,
perfect, right? And now I like these higher time frame analysis. We know that gold. How about that long during fast markets where I got in long at 317? The house account got in long. We consolidated here for a while, and sure enough, I bought it looking for a move higher into these 30s, and absolutely nailed it. It's a confidence builder for me, to be honest. But we just kept on going. We kept on going. So higher time frame analysis and then zooming in for the execution has been really good in these consistent markets. So the next question is, where are we at in gold? Is there any opportunities? I don't know. This is a tougher one. I mean, we made a higher low officially from June 27th, that low at 32.80s. That is a low, 33.10s. And now we tested this equal low, or equal high, right? That's an equal high we just barely put in. And so the question is, do we see something we were seeing in like June 24th, 5th, and 6th? Do we see something like this? Do we see some consolidation? I would expect that. I think that's more probable. Remember, anything can happen, but maybe we just see some more chop and some consolidation here in gold until we see some clear direction. I mean, talking about clear direction and maybe something that could help us out, which would maybe be, Wednesday? Wednesday we have data coming out, or we have minutes, right? Is it minutes?
Wednesday we have the minutes coming out. Yeah, Wednesday we have minutes coming out. Wednesday was also supposed to be that tariff deadline day, which I think is still technically the tariff deadline day, even though now the tariffs are being implemented August 1st. So yeah, Wednesday should be interesting.
Yeah, so that I think maybe we could be in a consolidating or holding pattern until Wednesday. A lot of chop, but anything can happen. Nothing too crazy. Setting up here on gold from a higher time frame. It might be a no trade tonight from a overnight setup, but maybe we could find some from scalps here in gold, and one of them is a long.
I see a decent short here in gold. If we could get back up to kind of playing out right now, but we have gold has just been kind of in this range, and the upper extreme of this range is up near those 33.50s.
Okay.
If we could push back into VWAP 33.47 for the session, I might take a short, risking above the highs of the session. It's kind of a trade I was looking at last night with Anne-Marie. I didn't end up taking it. Turned out to be a great short. But looking for a similar trade, just because if we look at it daily as well in gold, we kind of just in balance. The 20 moving average, 50 moving average are flat lines. The market is really not directional at all. So I don't hate shorts here.
Yeah, as soon as you said short, I was thinking of a long on gold, but my take profit is those 47, 48s. And that's where you were looking to short. So I'm like, that's funny. We could have different direction bias, but it's about time frame, right? Nice little long scalp to 47, maybe even a little breakout to 40, maybe 49, and then that's where you're going to be looking to short, and I'd be looking for some take profit. But we have the top of the hour in about 14 minutes. We typically see a spike in volatility at night in gold and these markets. So patience pays, I think.
Patience does pay. I am in a trade long Japanese yen, about 3 contracts, pretty much.
Okay.
In the XFA, yeah. So I have this combine as well, which is just, kind of used as a practice account. I'm in a ton of trades there. There's actually 6 trades on there right now, all green. All green. So we're testing some stuff out over here. But all those trades green up about 1,700. Yeah, that's just a test though. The real trade, the one I'm in, is red, unfortunately. But
oh, trust me, man.
Sometimes
trust me. Don't show the combine. The traders will get.
Oh yeah. No,
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But traders need to know, us as coaches, when we get just a combine to trade on air, like a teacher and a whiteboard, right? Like me, I have a live account, and just because I have a live account doesn't Topstep doesn't make me trade it. They're like, when you're on air, you have to trade the live account. No, I trade the live account as I want. If I'm struggling, or if I hit my take profit, or I hit my daily loss limit and I'm done for the day, I'll lock out, and I'll just I'm not just going to sit here on air and just like this, right? Just like a teacher, I would say, okay, here we go. This is a combine, or this is a practice account, or whatever, and let me demonstrate. I see this setup, I place it, I show the same executions as I would in my live. Sometimes those executions are better in the combine than my live, which
Yeah, man.
freaking suck.
Yeah, you see that. I would take one of these trades in this combine. It would be positive, right? It's long S&P, long NASDAQ, long the Russell, long the Dow, short micro Bitcoin. Literally every single one of those trades is green. The one that I'm in the XFA is red, but there's still time.
Exactly. And throughout the night, this is the beginning, right? We still have about 12 minutes till we see a spike in volatility. But in the YouTube chat, there is my Twitter. And I do hashtag slow markets. If you're new here, if you want, post something on the Twitterverse, and I go through them and I pick which ones, and I'll show them here. Hashtag slow markets. I love to do it. It's fun to see. And we have traders from around the world. So there's some where I'd see it's morning. Andrew, for the London Open, he's just waking up, right?
Yeah.
Aaron
For the London Open. Aaron might be here. Aaron's here sometimes. Aaron's not here right now. He's probably traveling somewhere.
He's probably traveling. Yeah. He's had a trader meetup in Bali. He's in Australia is his home base, right?
Yep.
His home court, whatever you want to call it. Let's see.
Traders in the chat. Anybody in a trade right now? Anyone in trades chat? What are you guys looking at? Let us know.
I'm going to turn on some music while you do that.
Let's do it. Crude oil also looked like a decent shit, and it's playing out.
And before I turn on music, man, I see the hints that you've been dropping. We need to start talking about the traveling. I've been so hyper focused on my training and sparring and and my health the past few weeks, and so yeah, I'm excited to get that set up. And plus, I'm not 100% an influencer, I guess you could say. I still have yet to feel
whether you think you are or you're not, Dakota, you are.
I know I still have yet to be able to comfortable to hold a what do they call it, a gimbal, and talk into a camera comfortably.
Yep.
I don't know. Do we talk about this on air? Where
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We'll save this for off air.
Yeah, that would be fine. But I still have yet to be comfortable recording myself outside of just a stationary camera and have the chat live. Doing it without a live chat and just doing it by yourself, it feels weird. Weird as hell.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Got a question from LG9388. With a new XFA, when do you suggest taking a first payout? If you've never taken a payout, take it as early as you can. If it's going to be your first payout, take it as soon as possible. I don't care if it's $200. I actually got a message from a trader today that joins all the time, and they said they took their first payout and it was $200, and they were extremely proud about it. It puts you in a mindset that this is real, and when you see money hit your bank account, it's different regardless of what that number is, but it tells you what's possible. Again, you're going to go through some processes, filling out tax forms and things like that, which you haven't had to do already. I don't know how long you've been trading with Topstep, but make it real, and then try to build a buffer. Right? You don't want to put the account in a position where one losing day is going to cost you the account, and you got to go back to the combine and figure it out. So build a little bit of a buffer, but take something out of the account when you can.
Take something out of the account when you can, and $200 is not bad, to be honest. Doing it consistently.
Yep.
You know what, Jay? I don't know if you've seen what I posted. I was pretty. I got the Twitter fingers today. And there's a lot of. I don't understand this. Maybe you or maybe the YouTube chat could understand this a little bit more than I do about why traders are so focused on my trading and my pockets. But I posted this, and this is something that I kind of talked to MP about. I was like, hey, this, I could have, and I really sat back and thought about this today. And let me know your thoughts, Jay, because you've been by my side since I've been at Topstep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I've had this single live account, since July last year. So it's been a full year. But last year, around like July, August, September, I was able to trade XFAs and my live accounts simultaneously. So I was able to like trade my live account. If I made my money in my live account, great. I could also trade my XFAs at the same time. That was great. And now it's just one live account. And traders have been talking so much trash about, man, you know, most of your profits were in your XFAs. I'm like, damn right they were. But for 2025, I have not paid for a single combine. I have not paid for a single reset, and I've only stuck with Topstep. And I got so many messages today asking, it's like, well, why not? Why didn't you just go and take advantage of everything you can? And so I'm like, you know, that's not a bad point, right? It's like, why did I not just go through and cycle through, you know, evaluations at different prop firms and, you know, do that? Because I probably could have, right? I could have went through, you know, a few hundred evaluations at XYZ prop firms and get payouts and my bank account would have been a lot fatter over the past 6 months. But I don't think that's the right thing to do. To me, it's not about money. I'm pretty well off with money, and I don't really care about going through all that effort. And trust me, that'd be a lot of effort, right? Keeping track of all of the what do you call it? The rules and the changes
different
in
accounts
rules and different accounts and doing that.
Yeah.
And then you try and relate that to real trading. Like, how can we relate this to real trading? I can't call Interactive Brokers and say, hey, I effed up and I just blew my account. They'll just be like, you know, you're going to have to deposit more money to cover your margin if you want to trade. So what's your entire opinion on that, Jay? Because I know maybe there's a sense of, from your aspect, where you could be going through tons and tons of evaluations or combines trying to continue to get those payouts.
Yeah, I mean, I've paid for combines this year. I think you're in a position at Topstep where you don't need to do that, right? Where you have a live account, you can trade that live account, you can continue to do that. Going to other firms and things like that, that's just not. I think that would kind of be diluting your focus a little bit, and you're focusing on trading through that live account, right? People have the option to do whatever they want to do, right? I never understand this. You're gonna get me upset, Dakota. And I try not to get upset on this show.
We need a J rant. We have not heard
anytime I start to rant, I try to filter myself because there's a bunch of explicit words. I just got stopped out of that trade too, so I'm down 261. But
okay, let it out.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Right? At the end of the day, so you know, Dakota's here. Your goal here is to trade and to help traders with their trading process, right? Now, the amount of money that you made and however you want to do it, there's a couple options, right? You could trade on your own and never talk to a group of traders, never share your status, right? Never share your stats. And a bunch of influencers could do this, right? They could take the approach that, hey, you know what? There are going to be people who support you, and I think we need to focus a lot more on the people who support than the people who don't. But then there's going to be the people who try to discredit what you do. The other option is I don't tell you shit. I don't tell you anything that I do. I just make my money, and you're here stuck to kind of figure it out on your own. What you're doing here, it doesn't cost anyone who's viewing it. So the opinion and all that stuff, I think, you can keep it to yourself. We really don't give a shit. Like trying to call people out and things like that. I don't understand that there's this gotcha moment that the internet wants to have. I don't know why. I don't know why it makes people feel good about themselves. I don't understand it at all. It's actually kind of sad when I look at it. Do what you do, make your money, watch whoever the hell you want to watch. At the end of the day, if they don't help you make money, who cares? Be a fan of whoever you want.
Yeah, we want to improve as traders. We really do. And I'm a firm believer that the less things you have going on, the more you can narrow your focus, the better you are. I've seen it in my own trading. I'm not the best day trader. I never have claimed. I never said I was. And the more I've like started thinking about the money, the more I focused on like, okay, all these accounts, doing this, doing that, focus on the social media, and seeing these other traders do it themselves. And the same with the VIP. I've had conversations with some of my VIP members thinking, 5 accounts, 5 accounts, 5 accounts. And then as soon as you start focusing on a single account and mastering a single account, your trading improves. And it's like, you got to focus on one first. Like if you can't do it in one, you can't do it in many. If you can't do it in a simulated environment, you're not going to be able to do it in a live environment. And then with a prop firms are great. You're able to utilize a prop firm and then hopefully take payouts and open up your own personal account and use that same thing in your personal account. To me, that's such an amazing, goal for a trader and traders around the world as well, is to be able to do this, go through it, learn, become better, and then be able to do it on your own. And when you're out there doing it on your own, there's no resets. There's no repurchasing of evaluations when you're doing it on your own. You don't know where this industry is going to be in 5, 10, 20 years. But yeah, when I started learning, there was none of this. There's no luxury doing it. And it's being able to not depend on another company, being able to not depend on an individual, and be able to do it on your own. It really is.
Yep. Yeah. And there's a comment in the chat. Dakota is not volunteering. No, you're not volunteering.
No. My what I'm doing on the Twitterverse is 100% volunteering.
Right. But
and I love the back and forth online.
For sure. For sure. Did you get into futures after trading Forex? Ethan, no, I didn't. I started trading stocks, then options, then got into futures a little bit after. Man, look at this. So someone was asking why I got into that yen trade. A couple of the currencies had a pretty nice move to the upside on the open. The yen just didn't get any follow through, right? Like I said, I'm working on something over here where every single one of these trades is green. The one I took in my XFA is red, but currencies looked like they had a little bit of a bid. If we look at like something like the Swiss franc, little different story. Pretty thin market right now. Australian dollar, same thing, kind of pushing to the upside. I just took the trade in the equity market that wasn't moving, but it was the same setup across the board. The yen just didn't get the follow through.
The yen just didn't get follow through. Canadian looks really good. Goal is max 4 trades. Just going through some of this chat. So, yeah, I absolutely love the chat. There's one question that you had. Yeah, trading's a solo job. Yeah, 100%. Nobody else is going to trade for you. And then you asked that question answered that question, futures after trading Forex. I have a little bit of Forex background. We can trade for currency futures here at Topstep. It's a futures. You were just placing them. You have a chart in front of you right now.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Do you find currency futures pretty consistent in your trading?
They're pretty good trading markets, man. I mean, so literally every other currency market besides the yen had a pretty good trade. If we look at it, here's the 30-minute on the euro dollar, or the euro currency. Pretty nice uptrend, right? You guys have seen me take this trade a ton of times before. 30-minute opening range, VWAP leaves the range, price closes outside, take the long. It just, again, the yen didn't get that follow through, but the same setups that I applied to any other markets can apply to currency futures as well.
I like it.
And I think that we've been seeing dollar weakness, and shout out to Coach Paul for this because he brought it to my attention. Seeing dollar weakness is leading to some of the rallies that we're seeing in the currencies, especially the euro. So pretty good trading over there. I know we do have some traders that do trade it. If you're coming over from Forex, that might be a good place for you to start. I know a lot of people just default to the NASDAQ, but there are a ton of markets that we can trade.
Yes, so many markets. I don't even know them all either. Coach Hoop knows quite a bit, though. Coach Hoop
he knows them all.
A lot of them.
He knows them all.
He knows them all. Yeah, I don't know if he trades them all, but he monitors a lot. So let me get this music, and we'll get going. It's the top of the hour. We're 2 minutes past. We're seeing gold start to do nothing. So
yeah, a whole lot of nothing in gold right now.
Yeah, let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. And let me know if you can even hear it, Jay.
I cannot hear it on my side yet. Okay, now I got it.
Now you got it. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
One or two trades. I only took 2 trades. I took 1 trade last night. Everybody's seen it. It was that short NASDAQ, and then 1 trade in gold. So it was just 2 trades in the past 24 hours. You don't need a lot of trades, to be honest. Some of the better traders I've seen and some of the better traders that are here are usually just 1, maybe 2 trades a day.
But you only need one, like that gold trade that you had today.
Yeah, I just need one. That's one where you don't expect it, right? You're like, I put on 3 micros, took profit for 2 of them, and just held a runner, and then just gold just kept going up. I could go through what I was seeing in gold. Yeah, take a look at this. So let me review that gold trade from this morning during fast markets if you missed it. And I went over it a few times, but look at this market. See these 312s? We held as support. We had support and resistance there. We had support and resistance there. We came down. We kind of consolidated a little bit. We ran down to 304s, rejected. And so I was really just looking for a push back up to 23s and up in this area. I was not expecting a huge move. I was really looking for the top of this range to come back into play. And then maybe a play back up to this next level of support or resistance, right? There's a resistance there. So that's all I was looking for. And then zooming into a 5-minute chart, you can start to see the market structure a little bit better, right? Zooming in, just like Google Maps, where you could zoom in. We looked at the state. Now we're zooming into the city. And I seen this break through these 15s. So we broke out, we consolidated, and once was resistance, right? Resistance, and it was support. So you could see there was a couple times it became support. And it was becoming support not once, right there, but twice. And then I entered on this 3rd time. So I entered right around, like right there. Like that's where I got in, 1700s. A little bit, or 1700s. I've been trading NASDAQ too much. 33.17. So 33.17. I got in there. I had a wide stop loss, and I took my first take profit, I think, as we started to get back up into this zone. So first take profit came in there. We rallied up. I took my second take profit at 30, right up there in the 30s, I think. You'll have to review it. It's live, right? And then I held on to a runner. I held on to the freaking runner into these mid-30s. I took my last contract off up here in these upper 30s. Of course, I would have loved to hold on for that entire move, but that's all I was really looking for. I wasn't looking for anything too crazy. I was looking for those 30s at most, and I got more. But simple, straightforward, and yeah, I mean, you could even throw on a resistance line that we broke out, but I did not have this one on at the time. But yeah, I guess it would have played nice. Basic, simple, straightforward technicals. Starting with those higher time frame, like an hour, getting everything set up on that higher time frame, reviewing it, then zooming in, like I said, like Google Maps, and executing. So that's basically how I've been trading for so long. It's just fine-tuning and risk management makes a difference. And it looks like we did reject those 45Js in gold. 45s, and then gold's starting to sell off now.
Yeah, it is. There it goes. What was I looking for? I was looking for 47s to sell back at VWAP, but we did not get up there. Yeah, I like this short down to 20s, to be honest with you. 31.30 is the first target.
You like that short down to 20s? I like this short as well. But I don't want to short it here.
Yeah, I'd much rather have gotten that short at 47s, but
yeah, I could see a breakdown trade to like 38, 41, 40, from 42 to 38 could be a trade.
Let Love Win says, what about 33, 37s? Yeah, that would be, kind of we did have a pivot there. So I'd be maybe thinking position management there, right? If we push those 37s, we couldn't get through it. But
yeah, I tried to get it.
You tried to get short.
I tried to get short, and it just kept going. I missed it. We're already down, breaking down, so I missed it. Go ahead.
No, I was saying one of the combine trades I am in is short gold, because of the setup just presented itself as a, yeah, 37s, 31s, 20s, I think.
I just too slow and missed it. I'm not gonna just chase it all the way down, because then the risk rewards just keeps getting uglier and uglier. I was trying to get in at 42, and it was there for a second. It was one where market order was probably better, but.
So how much room do you think? Were you trading micros there? Or were you going to trade
micros? Yep. My stop loss would have been at probably around 48, and
got you.
I would be hitting take profit here at 38.
Gotcha. Yeah, one of the reason I asked, because this morning during fast markets I wanted to take a long in the Nasdaq off of 900, kind of missed it, and I was getting ready to trade that with two minis. Kind of missed the entry, and it was up 25 points, but I still thought there was about 25 left in the trade. And like you said, the risk to reward at that point doesn't make sense to take it with the same size, but then scaling down. But you were already, scaled down trading micros there. So next trade.
Yeah, agreed. Still a couple. There's a couple hashtags slow markets, not a lot. There's the link again. I might have to do something. That's it seems like traders. They'll do a call to action if they get a reward.
What would you want to see as a reward, traders? And I could probably guess already what they're gonna say, but maybe something different.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be saying free stuff, free this. I still like to get somebody on here. I've talked about it for a little bit, but
I can't lie. I've used discount codes before, right? When they've been released.
Fair enough.
I think everyone's used them, right? But what else would you guys want to see? Resets, of course. An autograph.
What are you gonna do with that autograph? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I need Jay to eat that bag of frozen peas.
So when we did that on the air the other day, I ate like 3 of them, and then, sorry, but they went in the trash.
Did you?
I hate to waste food, but those went in the trash.
They were not the right kind of frozen peas, Jay.
What? Okay, so you're gonna have to send me a link to the right kind, because
I will. I will right now, man. I'll send you the right kind of frozen peas.
McDonald's gift certificate. Nice. Buy some McFlurries.
Give me a second. I'll get you that link. Where are they? You're probably getting the great value frozen peas, right?
No, I don't remember exactly what I got, to be honest. I got them the morning of. Kind of just ran to the grocery store. I forgot Danielle asked for me to get the peas, and I completely forgot about it. The morning of, I'm like, oh man, I'm supposed to have frozen peas, and I do not keep them in my freezer, so I had to go and get them. Saw the first thing in the grocery store and grabbed those. But yeah, send the link.
Yeah,
I won't buy them, but maybe I'll send you some for your birthday or something.
Okay, I need to get the link of the one I bought without sending you on my grocery list over here.
And there is nothing wrong with great value. Nothing wrong with great value.
When it comes to frozen peas, yes. You guys catch
me. If you're gonna get frozen peas, you gotta splurge, is what Dakota's saying, right?
Yeah.
Only get the finest of frozen peas.
Let's see. There's a few kinds I like. Gold short's paying.
Yeah, it is. Gold short's paying. Crude looks like a decent short as well. I think it kind of just hit the target. A lot of markets moving. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq, see what it's doing. Up at these 900s. Kind of just consolidating here. Maybe kind of a topping pattern. Looking at the 5-minute. Running out of steam up here. A little extended. Dakota, they want to know why you don't trade the Nikkei anymore.
Well, we were just talking about having too many distractions, right? That was another one, and the volatility was just too absurd during the last few months, and I've been completely sucking it up in my trading, my day trading here, at this Topstep account. So I've decided to narrow my focus, get back down into the trenches and grind it out, which is what you guys are seeing. Account's still live. It's still open. Still doing it. Not blowing this account anytime soon.
Yeah, it's an extremely volatile market too. A lot of gaps and pretty expensive for most Topstep accounts. $25 a tick can add up pretty quick.
Gold's still pushing a little bit lower.
Yeah, it is. That 37s looks like a decent area. I'm trying to think with this trade how I would manage this one. We haven't really gotten to a 2-to-1 on my risk, so I think I kind of have to leave it. But we are just consolidating a little bit here.
Nick Dobie complimenting on the music. Yeah, that's right. I am the DJ.
We need Dobie to do one of those like those drum covers. You ever see those YouTube videos? They'll play a song and the drummer's just doing a cover of it.
Oh yeah.
Need some Nick Dobie drum fills over these tunes.
But that's like some, didn't it? Who was it? Dobie knows this.
Travis Barker.
Black Sabbath's last performance.
Oh yeah, it was
this weekend.
Yes, that was this weekend. Yep.
Well, where Ozzy showed up and kind of passing of the torch type stuff.
Right.
Still not seeing much on the net on these markets. Jeff Prow says I watched it. Okay, nice. Nasdaq still holding above 900s. Anything on yours? You're in that short gold?
Yeah, in short gold, long a couple of the equities. Again, this is just a combine, testing some stuff out here. And again, I want to see, I'm thinking about management of this trade, right? Ideally, I want to be in a couple of positions, letting them work and seeing how to manage each one. Ideally, what I'm doing is when a trade gets to 1-to-1 for the risk, I'm securing some profits, right? Because it doesn't make sense to have a 1-to-1 and then take a loser on the trade. But I need to find a pivot to kind of trail behind, and I don't really have a great one besides this one up here, 33, 45, 70.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, Nasdaq's continuing to push session highs too. So I mean, that's not
right.
Sometimes I see traders. Even this blows my mind, Jay. Sometimes I'll be like long or short gold, and they'll be like, God, Dakota just didn't want to short the Nasdaq, or he just was embarrassed to short the Nasdaq. Gold and Nasdaq are not 100% correlated. I've seen Nasdaq go up and gold go up like 2% in the same day. So if you do think that you want to short gold because you're bullish like the Nasdaq, to me, in my own personal belief, is that's the wrong mindset, because they're not that correlated. Nasdaq could go up, gold could go up. Nasdaq go up, gold could go down. They're completely two different markets. However, in general, if the equities overall are just selling off, then typically you see some of the safe haven, like gold, catch a bid, right? They'll go up. That's kind of the idea of it. And it's not, I think it's too hard to time from a day trading perspective. That's more of like a swing trade.
Yeah. And again, it does not matter what market you trade. The money, if you can win a trade at the end of the day, is going to be green.
Yeah. Heck, I've seen some people try and code algorithms comparing the two, and it made it work out a little bit. I don't know how it completely went at the end of the day, but I've seen some stuff where it's like the Nasdaq drops 50 points, then they buy what the heck was it? I think it was some type of a spread in the metals market. I don't know. It was some weird thing like that. They were using the Nasdaq, going up or down 50 points for a trigger on a different market. They did well.
Interesting. There's a bunch of different ways to trade. A bunch of
there
different
is.
ways to do it.
Never infinite amount.
Someone in the chat said if you don't take profit out of 1-to-1, your stop should go to break even. I would argue against that, depending on what that one is, right? What you're risking. Like for most of these trades, I wasn't risking less than $500. If I get to a 1-to-1, I don't need to leave with zero, right? I'm leaving with at least $100, I think, on a trade, right? For this gold trade, for example, I was risking originally about 720. We got close to a 1-to-1. We didn't get exactly there, but if this trade comes back and stops me out, I'm going to take $100. I want to try not to over manage this and let it play out to the target. And again, maybe my target's a little bit too far. I am looking to the left and seeing that there's some levels that we could bounce off of, but taking zero on this, I don't think will feel great. So I'm going to take something off the table. Dolby said it. Break even, right? Ideally, what I do is I'm in one lots in all these trades, right? So ideally, what I would do is trade multiples and take some off, right, at these pivots, and make trade management decisions from there. But we can see there's no reason to take this off yet. All right. So my first loser out of these 6 trades was micro Bitcoin. I was long, stopped me out for $90. But the other 6, the other 5, whatever they are, is still green.
Yeah, I mean I see comments like that all the time. Move your trade, move your stop, tighten your stop, move it to break even. And I always say it depends. I really do, because some of my best trades overnight, like slow markets, I'll set it, I'll put my stop loss, I'll go to bed, and then I just wake up and it's hit my take profit, hit my stop loss, or somewhere in between. And you don't move your stop when you're sleeping. And sometimes it's came down really close to my stop and then completely turned around, almost hit the take profit, and then turn around again and almost hit the stop, and then turn around and it just hits my take profit. And if you would have moved either your stop loss or your take profit, it would have been a loser. So there's always arguments for both. Obviously, if the market turns around and just completely goes against you, you're happy that you moved your stop loss to break even or in profit. But if it goes back to your break even and then turns around and hits your take profit, you're going to be feeling the opposite, right? So whatever it is that you do in this market, make sure you can measure it and make sure you can make that decision with and have it backed by data. Usually, statistics say I need to move my stop loss to break even to have better expectancy. Then do it. Do everything you do in these markets needs to have a reason behind it.
100%. I just trailed the stop down on that gold short, right above that pivot that we just made. My thought process here is I had about $600, maybe 670 at the P&L high on this trade. If I could leave with 50% of that, I did my job, right? If the market was to bounce from here and just go up now, I took 50% of that move. Job well done. I don't want to close the trade here because if it continues to go, great. But if it stops right there, then I'm out.
What's that big spike on your chart?
Big spike.
Oh, no.
This yellow line?
That was the, never mind.
It's VWAP.
I thought that was a candle for a second.
That'd be crazy. Pretty big candle. We had one in crude like that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I know. So I was curious. Man, NASDAQ's marching. We're at 920s already.
Yeah, it is.
Breakout trade to the long side. Looking pretty attractive now that we've already made the move.
Looks great when it's going up.
It looks great. The power of hindsight. Yep. Man, we got there's some hashtag slow markets coming in, so I like this one. This is a good one. This is good enough for the show. I made it 5 days on the green with over $200 a day. Thanks, Topstep. Like that. Looks like it's 6 days, not 5. What am I doing? 5 days, but beautiful. I mean, that's consistency, right? Keep it up. Up $1,700 in an XFA, green on the screen. Great job. Great job.
Great job. Great
Here's
job.
one.
5 days, $200.
That's all it takes, man. I mean, that's $1,000 a week. Life changing. Here's one. Like this picture. Love this picture. Love this photo. I've been in a cycle of resets the past few months. Even took out loans. Wasn't until recently where I was so tired of losing and being humble. I just finally put my head down and dialed it in. Got my first payout a few weeks ago and getting closer to break even. Hashtag no more resets. Hashtag slow markets.
Love that.
That's amazing. I'd be lying if I didn't say I've been there in a similar situation. Not about getting resets or any of that, but more of losing money in my live account where I would put personal money in my brokerage, lose it, do it again, and then doing it again until I'm like, oh, screw this. I'm gonna just need to focus and put my head down, try it in the simulated account. I didn't even get paid for it. I'm just like, yeah, you know, Scott Trade where I was doing it, I practice it, and then I went over to Thinkorswim, and I'm just like, okay, I have a practice account, practice, and I'd make money in the practice account, not even get paid for it. But then after I showed the results, then I would put, you know, $500 in and practice that and do that, and then add some more as I started getting paychecks. And yeah, long journey. So glad to see you're able to get that payout, and I think that's proof on what this industry is doing and some of the positive. So back to back, 2 payouts.
We got all the VIPs in the chat. What's up to Gabe? What's up, Gabe? I watched some of Gabe and Coach Hoop's takeover of slow markets the other day. It was good stuff.
Yeah, I joined them for a brief second, Peter Tuchman style. That was fun. Nice. I couldn't see the chat or anything, but they do a great job.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It was fire. NASDAQ push hanging out these 19s. Let's take a look at gold. Are we doing anything? Man, I like the long on gold too, even though NASDAQ's going up. But I think my indecision is just stay sideways. Ooh,
I did get stopped out of that gold trade. Go ahead, Dakota.
Oh, I don't know. We're getting
1 minute.
one minute. We gotta confirm what's going on here. Oh, I got confirmation, Jay. You're in that chat. So confirmation sounds like the brains, the power that be, Danielle, is talking about inviting guests on the show. So being able to have slow market viewers on for slow markets. That's who would we invite on? What? Come on, Richard Harris. You're my number 1 pick. No. You know what? Even though he got timed out, bring on Joe Black. Bring him on. He was in my VIP team too. He was one of my VIP team members. Oh man, bring him on, Joe Black.
Oh man.
No, not you, Richard. Joe Black did.
I would love to have some traders on the chat. Honestly, it would be good to have, you know, the traders that are. I was talking about. We need to focus more on the traders that are supportive. But I would love to have like a contrarian that, you know, is like, oh, we think you suck, so I want to come on the show and show you. Like, keep the same energy that you have in the chat. That would honestly be great.
Please.
TV.
I would love it.
Let's call it what it is. It would be great TV. As long as you are not afraid to stand on your words when you have them. Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun, to be honest with you.
If it's good and it's constructive and it's like, yeah, this is your opinion, this is why, and not just coming on here just cuss words and like just the ones that you'd see spamming the chat. But then there's good opposing opinions. I love that.
For sure.
But then there's a lot of traders, and I also would prioritize traders who actually trade at this time of night.
Agreed.
Ones that are posting in hashtag slow markets, the trader who hit 500, 5 green days, and talk about how do you trade these slow markets? Do you use higher time frames? And maybe having some of those conversations. So I'm curious on that, but I'm not opposed for somebody who has opposite opinions of whatever it is, right? It's not just someone coming in here and say, oh, you suck, blah, 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 but more of someone's like, I don't like the way that you view the sim trading or the sim to fund it or something like that. I don't think it would be hard. And just like you said, come on, keep that same energy, please.
We call it a hot seat. If you're a chat fader, you come on, you have to place a trade in 15 minutes, and we just get to roast your trade for 15 minutes. Be a lot of fun.
Gonna do
Here we go. We got the link. I'm gonna spam the link in the chat a couple of times. If you want to come on the show, fill that out for the casting call. JRS just hit a 15-day win streak. Nice trading. Shark Trends likes a 2-second chart. Hey, whatever works, man. Dakota, switch it over to my screen. Traders. What would happen if I traded like this on Topstep TV all day?
Jesus, that looks like freaking hoops, right? Is that what hoops screen looks like? That's what I imagine hoops looking like.
Yeah.
Some traders do. We went to the Chicago Board of Trade, right? SIBO, and some of the screens look like that.
Yeah.
Charts.
Gabe says he wouldn't put me on TV. So let's go back to a chart.
And do that during like FOMC release. It just it drive you insane.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They were all green.
They were all green. There was green on that screen.
Green on that screen for sure. Unfortunately, the trade I took in my XFA again was red. I am down going into tomorrow, down $260. It's okay. Well, we can survive that.
I'm gonna turn the negative numbers into green, so I could say there's green on my screen. I've been trading good last week or two. Chat contradicts the stats. 3350s looking real good on gold. Looking real good. Yeah, we rejected those 40s quite nicely. Is there a long on gold?
Is there a long on gold? I'm gonna be honest, I don't see one.
It's hard for me to see one yet. Dobie says Doritos everywhere. Well, there's no Doritos in the NASDAQ, Dobie. We pull up the NASDAQ and it's just going up, like
straight up.
Yeah, look at this. That's up. That's not a Dorito for the NAS. What's the opposite of a Dorito? What's the food? What's the food that's not a Dorito? No, we can't confuse more of them. Andre had his hands full explaining our acronyms.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think, new traders, they're just like, these guys are here talking about Doritos. What is happening? Right. So,
Oh, there you go. Danielle in the chat. Trade with Jay and Dakota on slow market. Sign up here.
Has anyone, let us know in the chat, has anyone filled out the form yet? Personal daily profit target is not new. It's been here a couple of months. You can set your personal profit target for the day. Yeah, it's been here for a while. Wizard 111 filled it out. Nice. It was fun. I don't know if Paul H is here. One of our traders from London. Probably not. He's probably sleeping right now. But he came on at the buzzer with Coach Paul and I, and we got to review his trades. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. Then he got on the daytime show, got to trade with the team there. It's a cool experience, man. Either way, whether you want to be an influencer or not, you want to just show your friends and family that you came on Topstep TV, traded in front of a couple thousand people. It's a good time.
Daniels, now that's done. She's gonna go ahead and like the stream. Like it on up. Like it on up.
Oh, I gotta like it too.
I just did as well.
Hit that thumbs up button.
We gotta step up our game, Jay. Danielle is in the
Yeah, we
chat
do.
outshining us on the we gotta step it up. We have to do some fun things for slow markets, especially these markets where there's not too much going on. There's not a lot of news, which it's obviously that happens more than the day show where we have the luxury of listening to some nice music and having some good conversations. But yeah, some fun stuff. Bringing traders on. What else? What else? Some games. Do I say games? Is games the right thing? I don't know.
If I could pick one trader out of the chat right now and I just message them, Shark, we need you on the show.
Shark, is that because of the #1 crown?
No. Shark has been around for a while, hung out in the Coach J chat in Discord for a little while, and is a pretty good trader. No pressure at all, because if you want to just focus on your trading, but Shark, if you want to come on the show,
need some slow market.
We could put your application at the top of the list.
I will second that. I will second that. And then the crown. You got the #1 crown too, so that's a third.
No pressure. No pressure.
All the pressure. Oh, you bet. Okay. There we go. Did we just find our first guest?
I think we might have. Let's
found the shark. We're gonna call it the Shark Tank.
Dolby, you're long 22,916. Okay. What are we looking at there, Dolby? Low of the range, kind of 1 minute range we had there in the Nasdaq, maybe.
16.
I can see that. That's actually where. So again,
When did he get in? Okay, I see that.
I think he just did it.
Yeah, I think he just did it.
So I would trail this stop. So now I got 1-to-1 right on what I was risking initially on this trade. So I'd probably trail up just a little bit more.
What are you doing up at night trading these ranges? Stair steps.
Dolby's practicing for that size up coming up in a couple months.
Yeah. Who won the day off
50
on
lot
that
Dolby
reversal challenge?
by the end of the year. It was
Dolby's
Dolby.
been trading well.
Yeah, that range strategy has been killing it.
Really well.
Gabe's long too from 906. All right. The whole team is in here trading. So what we like to see. All right, Gabe.
Okay. Who's next?
Who else is in?
If Hoag shows up with the gold trade.
So all of these trades that I'm in at this point, I would just move stops into profit.
Search from those.
Just below these pivots.
I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything on my end. I would look at the Nasdaq and look at say short, but nope. Buy the freaking dip. Not gonna short it. I'm gonna wait for a dip.
It's a good strategy. I mean, I could see this. We are getting kind of extended from VWAP, and we're above this 22,900 level with decreasing volume. So I wouldn't be surprised at a pullback, but I don't think that means short it.
$823 was the long on the NQ. Yeah, of course it was. That was where it was down there. Yeah. It's a good show to come on if you're a little shy. It's easy to hang with Jay. Yeah, if you're a little shy, this is the place to be rather than the day show where there's, you know, 3-4 times as many traders and it's fast pace. This is
2 minutes
chill.
into the market. What are you thinking right now? Place a trade. And that's how quick we got to think on fast markets sometimes. But this is a perfect vibe to come in and be on the show for your first time. I definitely agree. And Kyle said he's worried about the chat. Kyle, there's a nice button. It has 2 lines and they're crossed like this on the chat. You could close it out while you're on the show. You don't read it.
Yeah. Agreed.
But it's fun. It's fun.
It is. This is the point of chill.
Point of chill. POC.
Point of chill. POC. Point of chill. Oh, shout out to you, Coach Jay. At the buzzer to the market recaps really help.
Yeah, that's why we do it. Hopefully providing you some decent information there. Again, for educational purposes only. Shout out to my guy, Coach Paul, who is a wealth of information. Wealth of information.
Is it him that still has had like the live account for like years, or
That's Coach Ray. Coach Ray.
Coach Ray's been trading live account for longer. You know, I talk about my live account being open for 1 year. Coach Ray's had his open for much longer than I have.
I'm gonna join Coach Ray's class tomorrow. I haven't seen it, Coach Ray and Coach Vince. I haven't been in there in a little bit. I'm gonna join tomorrow.
Coach Vince speaks Spanish, right?
Coach Ray does. Coach Vince probably does too.
Okay.
He's in Mexico all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Vince was fluent in Spanish as well. And if you guys don't know, Coach Ray, Coach Vince do classes in Discord every day, 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you show some love to them over there. I know Coach Ray records his and puts them all in Discord. But if you haven't joined them, pretty good classes. These guys know what they're talking about over there.
Yes, sir. I've learned a lot. It's helped every aspect of my trading. I've been really focusing on this day trading since joining Topstep, and it's helped me there. But it's also helped me in my options trading, if that sounds weird, because it's not really talking about options or swing trading, but the overall ideas and concepts and what they teach, from risk management to market psychology to some of the experiences that they have. It's helped in a way, man, and I've got it for free, which feels like, I mean, how much would you pay for a bachelor's degree in the markets, right? You'd pay $1,000, and to be able to work alongside you and them has been a blessing.
100%. Oh, can't forget Coach Hoop. Coach Hoop's class, 4:30 Central Time in Discord every day. Green Beanie wanted to know what I thought about platinum on the 5-minute chart. It looked like it was consolidating until this last candle here, where it's breaking out right now.
Buy platinum.
You saw something there. It's our number 2 percentage mover, or number 1 percentage mover to the upside right now. Platinum has been a pretty good market to trade. Trades decent ranges.
And what trade are you in on that account right now?
I'm in 5 different trades right now in this account.
Oh, okay. All in the green.
All in the green.
All in the green.
I couldn't take one of these in that XFA.
Any trade of the day? No trade of the days tonight. No slow market trade of the night. I know it's been working out pretty well lately, but I do not see a trade of the night tonight. We do have FOMC minutes on Wednesday. I'm not seeing much, to be honest, and sometimes the trade of the night is no trade.
Yes, it is. How do you determine your stop loss? That was a question from Paul Ivan a little bit ago. Try to base stop losses on market structure initially for the trade, right? If I'm going into a trade and saying, hey, and my first thought is I only want to lose X amount of dollars, it's not a good enough reason to put a stop somewhere, right? You can't fit the market into your account. You got to try to fit your trades into the market. So basing your trades off of some market structure, I think an easy standard to use is the ATR, right? If you don't know what ATR is, it's the average true range, and on the time frame that you're taking the trade. So for example, I'm on a 5-minute chart here. The ATR is 10, let's call it 15 points on a 5-minute chart. Multiplying that value by 2. So if the ATR is 12 points, my stop is going to be 24 points, and my target is going to be a 2-to-1. Right? That's a decent kind of just market structure based way to set your stops. Of course, you still need good trade location, but it allows the market to do its natural fluctuations, and still gives you some space to be in a trade. Nasdaq there's a nice pullback here we're seeing.
Yeah. This is one where I talked about it and I said, I'll just wait for a dip. And sure, I should have just pressed sell, but that's okay. I'm not gonna FOMO these shorts. I'm gonna wait for better setups.
Yep. All right, now I'm down to 2 of those trades now. NASDAQ and Dow stop me out. The S&P is getting ready to stop me out. And the Russell, I should probably move that up as well.
Man, what a sell-off in NASDAQ. 20 points here in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. It started getting a little extended there, right? The candles started getting smaller. Looking at 5-minute candles, they started decreasing in range. Volume decreasing a little bit as well. We are still holding 900s.
And I'm liking that gold long now.
Okay.
I'm going to get long gold. I am long gold.
Nice. What price you get?
I got 46.2. 46.2.
46.2. Richard Harris, nice trade.
Boom. What was the trade? Was it short NASDAQ
short
or
something.
long gold? Short something? Probably short NASDAQ. Or maybe ES.
I've seen Richard Harris talk about the NASDAQ a lot more recently. When I think for all last year he was an ES trader. Richard Harris, the NASDAQ got you.
The NASDAQ got you. I might add to this long. My stop loss is, I have it at 38.5. I think 37.6 might be better. 37.4. I'll add to this if we do consolidate a little bit more. I'm playing for a break above 47, 47.3, 47.4 to play for, those 50s. Look at the huge breaker bar on gold, 5-minute. What's a huge breaker bar here? This is the 5-minute. Do you have an idea?
Breaker bar. Nope. Need to put that one in the dictionary.
The breaker bar.
Give us a time. Anytime you guys call out like a candle or something on a time frame, if you say like what time that candle is, for example, this 9:05 Eastern candle on gold, then we can pick it out quicker. Break of structure.
I don't know. I don't know. Like when we broke out, it's like I'm lost.
Yes. This is where, it's funny that Andre was talking about the glossary, right? Like somebody looks at a chart and they say, oh, yeah, that's a breaker bar. And I'm looking and I can't even start to think about what candle they would be talking about.
Fair. Okay, I'm adding
break of trend.
I am now long 5 micros from 46 evens. I added on that. I'm happy with that ad. Now let's have a breaker bar out and up. Maybe is this the breaker bar the person's talking about, right? Where we broke out of this trend. We broke out, we came back, retested, and now we're looking for a continuation higher. Maybe that's a breaker bar.
1330 to 1400. But that's not a 5-minute.
9:44 p.m. Central Time.
That is a bullish breaker.
No, it should be that simple though. Let's get a breaker bar here to the north. Breaker bar for the longs here in gold.
Just start calling anything in your favor a breaker bar.
We call it. That's what we do as traders, right? Psychologically.
break the shorts. Break the
we
shorts.
just got to break out. Break out into the long side. About 47.2. 47.4. Breaker bar to 3,400.
No, that's a broken bar. It's going the wrong way.
This one's a DBA breaker bar.
I'm down to 2 trades now. S&P stopped me out.
We got 12 minutes. Let's go. Above 46, we're right at my entry.
Micah says I like GC shorts. I don't hate GC shorts here. We are
I do.
Kind of hanging out at VWAP here, but
you could take those GC shorts.
I almost feel like it should have kind of broken down already. We did bounce at a support near those 40s, but yeah, anything can happen.
We could take GC shorts at 33.50. How about that?
Let's do it.
We got to wait for good price and allow me to take a little bit of profits as we breaker bar out.
Dakota, what is your opinion on a trailing stop loss, or would you prefer to just do it manually?
I do it manually, but I'm not against trailing stop losses. At trailing stop losses, it's mechanical, right? And as much as if it works for you, it works for you. I believe that trailing stop losses are mechanical, and markets are a little more. I can't think of a word other than more organic. What would be a better word?
Yeah.
What's the opposite of mechanical?
Let me.
I mean, the markets can be a little bit more organic, right? Because we are humans trading it. Fluid, maybe.
I think organic makes sense. Yeah, if referring to a process, manual or organic could be appropriate. If referring to behavior, spontaneous, intuitive. So I think organic is the right word. Where I think exactly like you're saying, if I just say, hey, trail my stop up, 20 ticks, the market doesn't really move like that, right? Where the one, I'll say this, the one place I don't like trailing stops is on an initial entry to a trade. Because, let's say you take a trade with a 20 tick trailing stop. The market moves 19 ticks in your favor. So now your stop is break even minus 1 tick. Now you come back, get stopped out on that trade for break even, and then it goes in your favor. What was the point of kind of putting on that trade? That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
Where I really like trailing stops is when you have a trade that's already in the profit and you don't feel like looking at it anymore. Where you don't want to take it off and you think that it still has room to go, doing it from there.
No, I do like the idea of them. This is an example, right? Maybe you have a trailing stop based off of ATR, right? And you have it based off the ATR, the current ATR, and then it's more dynamic or fluid rather than just like, okay, today I'm basing it off of 20 points. It's like, yeah, now it's based off of what current volatility is in this market that you're trading. So, like with everything, it just depends. But this breaker bar is not working out in my favor. I am down 30 ticks. I'm down $130.
Couldn't get above that VWAP.
We couldn't get above it. We couldn't get above 47. Yet.
No.
Yet.
Jeff, you said on TradingView you're seeing 33.34. I'm looking at TradingView. I see 33.43 as the price in gold. 33.34 didn't trade at all today.
Good luck, Seth. Seth Jacob says, Dakota's long was my confirmation for a short. Good luck.
Seth, fill out this link.
Fill out that link.
Fill out the link, Seth.
You can do it. Fill it out. Oh, he's just kidding. Still, fill it out. Fill it out.
Fill it out anyway. Matt says, for your strategy, how far should VWAP leave the range to consider worth shorting? In gold, no, that was a good trade in short trade in gold there. If I didn't take that yen trade where I'm already down, I kind of spent my budget for slow markets. I'll take more trades, but that's a valid enough short there, right? Where this VWAP is, put that 30-minute range back on there. That VWAP is well out of that 30-minute range. That's a valid enough short. Now, the question is, how much room is there to the downside? But that's good enough. If this yellow line here was like the yen, this one maybe not as valid, right? Where it's still kind of in the range. It's working, but how convincing is that volume to the downside would be my question. Can you fill it out even though you're not American? Yeah, you can, right? I mean, unless if you speak Spanish, maybe we can do a Spanish speaking segment with Coach Ray, Dakota, and myself. Yeah, you can fill it out.
Do you speak some Spanish? I think I asked you. A little bit, right? You can understand some of it.
I can understand. It takes me a little while to make the switch from speaking English to speaking Spanish. If I'm in a Spanish-speaking country for more than a day, then yes, I can speak Spanish.
Okay. Just as long as it's like maybe more slow, right? That's how it is with me. I've spoke to some Spanish speakers, and if they start going fast, I get lost.
Oh yeah.
I get lost.
Yeah.
And then trying to hold
being in New York, there's so many different dialects of Spanish. It does. Yeah. Sometimes it gets crazy.
Gold's still chilling here at 33, 43, 43s, 44s. Let's have a trader meetup in Cancun. You Espanol from Uruguay. Is
Danielle still in the chat?
I butchered that. Uruguay. Man, you know who's good at with names? JD. JD is the GOAT with pronunciation. Good idea, Cancun. Yes, but
trader meetup in Cancun. I love Cancun. I don't know how much trading we'll do,
but maybe we could, Jay. Hey.
Yeah. Trade. Maybe we could.
Should we trade from Cancun and try and pay for it through trading?
Can make it happen.
Should we? Is that gonna be our first place?
Should we? Cancun? Yeah, why not?
We gotta find the time when there's nice weather.
Richard Harris says, do not go to Mexico right now. I've heard that every time I've gone to Mexico. And I've had a great time every single time.
Bali. That's where we're going. Fractal traders,
your wife
show us your balance, Dakota. I'm wearing pants. I'm sorry.
Auburn Gresham, can you come on the live? I have an XFA. 100%. Fill out the link. Link in the chat. Actually, I don't even need to keep pinning it. It's pinned to posting it. Pinned to the top of the chat. Thank you, Danielle, for posting that. If you want to come on and trade with me and Dakota on slow markets, fill out that link. We will be bringing traders on, whether you're in an XFA, live account, maybe even a combine.
Or maybe you haven't even traded yet.
Maybe you haven't traded yet.
Maybe you're brand new and you just want to do a Q&A before, making the commitment.
Right. Ask about the program, right? We could do that.
That'd be cool. Bali is the best energy on earth. Bali. No cal traders allowed. Damn it. This gold trade's still doing okay, Jay. I got a little anxious, little excited buying it up here, playing for the break, and if I would have waited for a pullback, obviously, hindsight, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
You know what happened, right?
I added.
And Seth faded you.
Oh, that's what happened. Hopefully.
All love, Seth.
Just take profit, so this market could go up. Market goes up. JT says I'll come out and slam 10 lots live from the DBA breakers. Hey, I think there'll be a time where we could get back into those 30 minis, Jay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Whoever called out that platinum long, by the way, great call.
Dang, it
great call. Look at this.
Up.
This market is insane. Whoever called that out, really great call there. Hopefully you traded it as well, but you saw something there. I'm going to be honest, when you asked about it, I was going to say it looks like it's channeling higher, but I don't really see an opportunity. But look at this volume breakout here, right? Once the volume picked up in platinum, it was, let's just go.
Hopefully they traded.
That's a great call. And this market has been moving huge percentage-wise, right? It's up 2% right now on the day, and that can kind of just be getting started.
What a move.
Right? Alternative markets, man. Some of these alternative markets, I know gold is kind of the default metal.
Come on, gold. Go.
Follow platinum. Don't you see what's happening?
Platinum, yeah. Go to the moon.
It's Tory Trades going crazy. I'm sure it is, right? I see her videos. She trades platinum and crude oil, which are two interesting markets. But hey, if she's long platinum, she's making money right now.
Anybody long platinum's a happy person. I'm long gold.
Hipster markets.
Hipster market.
Green Beanie, you took 17 points out of that trade. It was a triple top. Quadruple top. Nice trade. 17 points is amazing. Is that a $1,700 trade in platinum?
Depends on the size.
It's a great trade. Yeah, it depends on the size.
Is there a micros platinum?
No. Nope.
Gold right back down to 43. And we are at the end of class. We are end
already. That went
of
quick.
Class already. That went really fast. There's
$700 trade.
$700.
Yeah.
There's still some more hashtag slow markets. Like I said, not as great of the ones that I've shown, but yeah, always do them. Always some great stuff out there. But any last words, Jay? I'll be on tomorrow morning. It's gonna be a good one. Any last?
Trade well, manage your risk. Click the button when your trade sets up, and go from there. Gonna click flatten all these trades. You might see me trading like this a little bit more, where what I did was I had 6 or 7 positions on in this account. The risk was managed for the day, but then some are gonna work and some don't. So keep trying that out. P&L high on this account was about $2,200, so taking around 60% of that. You might see me trading a lot more like this. So stay tuned. Great show, Dakota.
Trading more like this. I am definitely interested on what you have cooking over there. But yeah, same thing. I'm still in this long gold. So we'll see how it plays out. Is this classified as a slow markets trade of the night? Why not? Why not? This is slow markets trade tonight. I'm in a trade. It's slow market. It's tonight. So slow markets trade of the night. It's gold, long gold. So
There you go.
yeah, that's what it is. I'll post it. I might adjust my stop loss and put a take profit before I post it. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. If not, tomorrow night. Take care, everybody. Bye.